class.
It's good evening, guys. Good afternoon. Okay. Online, can you hear me? Am I audible? Hello? Can you hear me, guys? Online? Online, can you hear me? Am I audible? Hello? Online? Can you hear me, guys? Good. Right. So, good afternoon, guys. So, let's start. Yesterday, I think we didn't complete installation, right? So, we'll continue, right? So, let's see here. Please focus on it, guys, because see, installation, it's not that much of important in real time. But as an administrator, at least we should know how to install the operating system, right? So many people, they're using cloud and then they're using like data centers infrastructure. So there you're not going to install. Maybe if you need to install, we should know how to install the operating system, right? Okay. Yes, good afternoon. Right. So now we are going to resume this. No, I'm unable to do from starting. Please try to communicate to the management. They will provide you to you yesterday YouTube video link, right? Yes, SRK. I think Shah Rukh Khan, right? Okay. So clear? So let's continue. So let's see, guys. We completed yesterday localization and software. So today we are doing system. System, okay? So in system, two more options we'll have here: installation destination and network and host. So first we'll see installation destination. So guys, double click on top of the installation destination. Here, see, while we are trying to creating virtual machine, at the time we provided 40 GB hard disk space. So it got reflected here, 40 GB. So we need to keep the tick on top of the 40 GB. Means we are trying to installing the operating system into this 40 GB virtual hard disk. This is called installation destination. We are trying to installing the operating system into our secondary storage device. It's a 40 GB virtual hard disk we provided yesterday while we are trying to creating the virtual machine at the time, right? So here two options we'll have. See, guys, automatically configure partitioning and I will configure partitioning. So if you want to can keep automatic also, it's not a problem. But what it will do in the sense, it will consider total 40 GB disk space and will install the operating system. It doesn't have the file system in feature while you're doing disk management related concepts at the time. So because of that reason, we are trying to creating our own partitioning. So which option? I will configure partitioning. Okay. So I will configure partitioning option we need to select and then click done. Right. So now manual partitioning schema. Right. So here we'll have LVM mount point. Guys, we'll have different types of mount points here. Standard partition, BTRF, LVM thin provisioning and those all stuff. But here we are discussing about standard partition and LVM in basic Linux. Right. So standard partition and LVM both will discuss while we are discussing about disk management concept at the time. At present, go with LVM by default. By default, you'll have LVM partition schema. So you can go with LVM partition schema. Guys, we need to create 3 partitions minimum: root, boot, swap. Root, boot, and swap. 3 partitions minimum we need to create. Remaining all optional. For operating system, 3 partitions we are going to create. So here we'll have plus symbol, right? You need to click this plus symbol. Then here /, root partition. I'll tell you what is root, what is boot, what is swap and everything while we are discussing about file system hierarchy at the time. Now, after completing this installation, I'm going to start file system hierarchy. Okay. So / is root. Root minimum recommended 2 GB, guys. 2 GB. Minimum root 2 GB. You can give more than 2 GB. Your wish. So we have 40 GB space, right? We are trying to providing 12 GB per root. So add mount point. Next plus. Next partition boot. So bootable files. Minimum 200 MB. 200 MB is enough. But okay, we are trying to providing 400 MB. Right? So minimum 200 MB, guys. 200 is enough. But okay, we have the 40 GB space. We are trying to providing 400 MB for boot. Right? So again plus swap. Swap is a virtual RAM. Swap is a virtual RAM. What is virtual RAM? We'll discuss later while we are discussing about file system hierarchy, right? So swap, we need to provide equal to RAM or double of the RAM recommended. So yesterday, while we are creating virtual machine, at the time we provided 2 GB RAM for this virtual machine. Here swap 2 GB you can give, or otherwise 4 GB you can give. Equal to RAM or double of the RAM. Right? But I'm trying to providing 10 GB, so it will install a little bit quickly. Okay. So swap 10 GB we provided. So recommended equal to RAM or double of the RAM. So remaining all optional, guys. If you want, you can create, or otherwise you can leave it. It's not a problem. But we are trying to creating home partition /home 8 GB. Your wish, according to your requirement, you can give the size of home partition. So click. So let's see, guys. 4 partitions we created. So if you observe root, boot, swap, those 3 partition, it's coming under system. System means operating system, right, guys? System means operating system. Then home data, clear, guys? So data means our personal data we are going to store inside the home partition, right? So clear. So total 40 GB. From 40 GB utilized 30 GB, remaining 10 GB approximately will have, right? This 10 GB, while we are discussing about disk management, at the time we are going to use for LVMs for standard partition. What is LVM and those all stuff? While we are discussing about disk management concept, at the time I will teach you. No need to bother now. So clear? So click done. And then accept changes. Accept changes. The next option, network and host. Guys, switch on this Ethernet. So if you're having internet, automatically you will get one IP address. Okay. Automatically you're going to get one IP address from DHCP server. So here, if you want, you can provide host name according to your requirement. Server.example.com, client.example.com. Like this host name you can give. But I'm going with the local host, local domain only. If you want, you can modify, right? Just switch on, then click done. That's it. So we configure everything successfully. Next, we should click begin installation option. If you click begin installation option, so here we'll have user settings. In user settings, 2 options will have. This is root user's password. Your wish, guys. According to your requirement, you can give the password. So usually 8 characters is recommended, but this is our personal operating system. You can give according to your requirement, your wish. Okay. Password, you can give your wish. So maybe strong password you need to provide means 8 character, 1 capital, 1 small, 1 numerical value, 1 special character you can give, right? So this is our personal, right? So I have given my own password here. Okay, guys, from tomorrow onwards, don't ask to your root user's password to me. Many people, they will install the operating system. After installing the operating system, sir, what is my root user's password? Like this, people, they're asking me. So how I can able to know your password? Tell me. So you should remember. Okay. Right. While you are trying to installing the operating system, at the time, what kind of password you have provided, you need to remember the password. Okay. So now we are trying to creating one normal user account, right? For example, student is a normal user. You can give your name. It's not a problem. Okay. If you want to can use same password, if you want to can give different password, your wish. So we create a normal user called student and we provide the password for student user. So click done. So now we need to wait for few minutes. It will take more than 15 minutes. So total 1189 packages will have those all the packages we need to install. So until we need to wait. So it will take 15 to 20 minutes, right? Okay. So now let's see here how to download the image file. Let's say I'll show you ISO image. You can install anything, man, Mr. Krishna. I said na 16, 15, 17, whatever if you want, you can install. If you're having 10 and 11 operating system, Windows 10, Windows 11, who have the Windows 8, better to install Workstation 12, right? So let's see guys here. It's a very simple. If you're having Wi-Fi, while we are trying to installing, while we are trying to creating the a virtual machine at the time yesterday, I have given the information, we'll have an option called network adapter. There you need to select bridge. Okay. So Mr. Sai Krishna, I don't know whether you belongs to non-IT or what IT really. Okay. See, workstation is different, image is different, right? Workstation is a one different application we are downloading from VMware website. Then workstation's keys are different. How you are going to provide same keys for image? Hmm? Tell me, man. Simple logic, right? Maybe you're not belongs to IT. Even non-IT peoples also, they have some common sense, right? I don't know why you people you are getting like this doubts. Image file is totally different, right? Image file means to install the operating system, we are downloading the software. With the help of the software, we are trying to creating the DVDs and pen drives, bootable DVDs and pen drives. Yes, no. So doesn't need any keys for image file. Directly you can install. Already we completed installation. So I have used my image file. Everything we did. Again, you people say are asking, sir, same keys we need to use for both. I don't know. Whether you are sleeping. Huh? So please focus on it, man. That is what I said. Please try to attend the session properly. Sit in front of the laptop. Use headphones while you are attending the session. Otherwise, you are going to get like that doubts only. Right? So let's see, guys, here. So now how to download the right. So let's see, guys, here how to download the image file. Simple, guys. Google it. RHEL 7 ISO image download. Right? So simple. So go to access.redhat.com. So there you need to create one account, guys. You'll have an option called register. With the help of register option, you need to create, okay, one account. So already I have my account. Okay. Already I have my account. See, guys, here Red Hat Enterprises Linux will have here. So double click on top of this Red Hat Enterprises Linux. So we need to log in into our account. So it's a very easy, guys, how you are trying to creating the Gmail account, like the same way you can create here. Just you need to click register option. With the help of register option, you can create one account, log in into your account, and then you can download. So right, Gmail, I think it's free for you, right? Like the same way here also. Let's see, guys, here. Now here we'll have 9.1 latest version. According to your requirement, you can modify. So let's see here. Till 8 it will support. If you need below 8 version, see, switch to version 7 and below. Click this, right? Yes, good evening. So better to go through the first session. Okay, Mr. Satyan Narayana. Clear? So 7.9 and 7.0 you can download. Select 7.0 at 7.9, whatever it may be. So go a little bit down. And so guys, you have 7.0 binary DVD. Don't download this one. More than 3 GB we should have. 3.5 GB approximately. If you click download, automatically download. So already you know how to use this image file, where we need to use the image file. Yesterday we discussed. So who's new to the session, please go through the yesterday's video. Try to communicate to the management. They will provide you past 3 days videos and go through this and install. If you're having any doubts while you're installing at the time, please try to communicate to the technical department, right? So clear, guys? Okay. So like this, you can download. So it's a very easy, guys. It's not a big deal, right? So now let's see here. So it's installing. In between, we'll do one thing. Can we start file system hierarchy, new chapter, third chapter? It's a very, very important chapter. So we'll start now. So maximum we are unable to complete the chapter. So how many directories we can able to complete? Those many directories we can complete today. And if you're having, then we'll continue tomorrow, right? So minimize this. It will take some time to, after completing the installation, we need to reboot and we'll have small settings. We need to modify those settings. And after that, our operating system is ready. After completing the file system hierarchy, we'll start basic command from tomorrow onwards. Right, guys? So let's start, guys. What I'm doing in a sense, I'm trying to disabling the chart for you peoples. Because I'm not disabling, I'm not going to respond now. Because what we are discussing now, it's a very, very important. Unnecessary peoples, they're disturbing. Okay. So few people's unnecessarily disturbing. If you're having any doubts related to videos and those all stuff, please keep quiet for one day. Tomorrow, management, they are going to send you already frequently. Madhu Reddy, he is trying to sending the link into your chat box. I don't know whether you are getting or not, right? So now I am ignoring those all the comments. I'm not going to give any answer because now we are discussing very, very important concept. Without knowing the file system hierarchy, you are unable to understand the Linux. Clear? Guys, clearly I'm saying I'm not going to give the answer related to videos and those all stuff now. Clear? Because now what we are discussing, it's a very, very important. Please don't disturb. So clear? Especially for online. Got it, guys? Right. Let's start. Please focus on it. No need to write anything. No need to do anything. What we are trying to discussing. Okay. So please focus on it. That's enough. Right. So guys, how to install the operating system into your laptop? Do you know? Steps. Maybe in your laptop, in your desktop, operating system, it got corrupted. Then you need to install the operating system. It may be Windows, it may be Linux, whatever it may be. Do you know how to install the operating system into our laptop, into our desktop? Don't know. Just I'll give you a few steps. That's it. According to those steps, if you want, you can install. Guys, before starting file system hierarchy, I'm going to give some information about Windows. Then easily you can able to understand the file system hierarchy. Linux file system hierarchy. Got it, guys? So where you're going to install the operating system into your laptop? In hard disk, right? We should have the hard disk. Inside the hard disk, we are going to install the operating system, right? So first of all, we need pen drive or DVD. That's it now. DVD or pen drive and ISO image. ISO image. Now we downloaded one ISO image from internet like the same way. Assume this we are trying to installing Windows operating system. Leave about Linux. Okay. So now we are trying to installing Windows operating system. We downloaded Windows 10 ISO image. With the help of this Windows 10 ISO image, we are going to create bootable DVD and pen drive using few third-party applications. Using few third-party application like Nero Burning Room, Rufus, like this applications, we can able to download those applications from internet. We can able to create the bootable DVD and bootable pen drive. Right, guys? So after creating bootable DVD and bootable pen drive, so we are going to insert this bootable DVD to system. System means PC, personal computer. So we should take another PC's help. We need to create bootable DVD or bootable pen drive. We need to insert this bootable DVD or pen drive into our laptop, right? System means our PC, personal computer, laptop, desktop, whatever it may be. We need to insert, and after we need to reboot the machine. Okay. So reboot the laptop, reboot the desktop. Okay. After rebooting, so we need to enter into BIOS. Okay. BIOS. So after rebooting, we need to enter into the BIOS. BIOS will form basic input output system. It's a one firmware. While we are discussing about operating system boot process at the time, I will give the clear information about BIOS. No need to bother. Just remember those steps, how to install the operating system into our laptop or into our desktop. So I hope you got it, guys, right? So we should enter into the BIOS. How we need to enter into the BIOS? Using function keys. F1 to F12 function keys will have. F1 to F12 function keys will have. So depends upon your vendor, motherboard manufacturer. They will provide the function keys to enter into the BIOS. Remember, Dell having maybe F12, Lenovo having F2, HP having some different key. It depends upon your vendor. While you are rebooting the mission, at the time it will provide you one function key to enter into the BIOS. So with the help of those function keys, few motherboard manufacturers, they will provide delete key and escape key also. Using delete key and escape key also, we can able to enter into the BIOS. Guys, it's a very simple. We need to download the image file using few third-party applications. So we should create bootable DVD or bootable pen drive. We need to insert this bootable DVD or pen drive into our laptop or into our desktop where you need to install the operating system, right? Then reboot it. So we should enter into the BIOS using function keys or delete key and escape key. Depends upon your motherboard manufacturer. So after enter into the BIOS, in BIOS we'll have an option called boot. Inside the boot, we'll have one more option called first boot. Okay, first boot, second boot, third boot, fourth boot, like this options will have inside the boot. Select first boot. Then here you need to accept pen drive. Simple. Maybe if you're using pen drive to install the operating system, use pen drive there. If you're using DVD to install the operating system, bootable DVD, we need to select as a first boot device. Got it, guys? What we did the changes into the BIOS, those changes we need to save in BIOS. F10 is a key to save. F10 is a key to save BIOS changes, right? Then we need to reboot the mission. We need to reboot the mission. After rebooting, so mission, it will start along with the pen drive, bootable pen drive or bootable DVD. Then installation process, it will happen. Where it will install? Where it will install the operating system? Into secondary storage device called hard disk. In your laptop, in your desktop, you'll have the hard disk, right? So inside that hard disk, we are going to install the operating system. Assume this is our secondary storage device, hard disk. Guys, Windows, it having one good feature. Windows, it will assign automatically one drive letter for device. Why? To identify the device. Simple, guys. Linux class we are conducting in new building, third floor, first classroom. Without knowing this classroom number, can you be able to attend the class? Like the same way, without knowing your hard disk name, can you able to access the hard disk? Can we able to store the data? It's not possible. Windows having one good feature, automatically it will assign one drive letter for device. C drive. Got it, guys? So hard disk by default having C drive. Why C drive? Why not A? Why not B? What about A and what about B? Yes, guys. Coming to Windows, will have A to Z drive letter concepts. A to Z. Right? A and B, it's reserved for floppy, man. Floppy disk. In olden days, before 10 years, people they're using floppy. So if you don't know, I will show you a few images from internet, then you can able to understand what is floppy. So let's see here. So how we'll have the pen drives nowadays, like the same way DVDs nowadays, like the same way we'll have the floppy drive, 4 MB, 8 MB floppy will have, okay? So floppy drive image. This is floppy drive. This is floppy. See, guys. I think this is the best image. So let's see, guys. Yeah, this is floppy drive. We are going to insert the floppy inside the floppy drive. So this is one kind of storage device. Okay. In very olden days, people they're using floppy. A and B, two types of floppies will have. One is normal floppy, another one is double density floppy. A for normal floppy, B for double density floppy. So nowadays, people they're not using floppy drives because of that reason. Automatically, so for hard disk drive, HDD, C drive. I hope you got it, guys. Okay. Yes, man, that is what I said now. We need to download the Windows ISO image if you try to installing the Windows operating system. For example, I'm saying I'm not installing any Windows operating system. Okay. So we should have the Windows ISO image. We need to download the Windows ISO image. With the help of that ISO image, we need to create the bootable DVD and pen drive. With the help of that bootable DVD and pen drive, we are going to install the operating system into our laptop, into our desktop. So I hope you got it, right? So C drive for HDD, hard disk drive. Because of that reason, by default, we'll get the C. Now, most of the people's what they're thinking, we are installing the Windows operating system into C drive letter. No, guys. C is a one drive letter that's it to identify the device. C is a one drive letter to identify the device. That's it. Okay. We are not going to install the operating system into C drive letter. We are installing the operating system into hard disk. Got it, guys? Clear? So here we'll have the multiple classrooms, man. So to identify the Linux class, you are going to find the Linux classroom number. That's it. Can we able to change the number? Yes, always. Instead of 1, if you want to can keep 2. Your wish, right? So it's a management wish. They can able to modify the room numbers. Like the same way here. C is a drive letter to identify the device. Now, where we are installing the operating system? Inside the hard disk. In Windows, most of the people, they don't know where we are installing, where we are trying to storing the data. Inside the reverse slash, man. Reverse slash is a top level directory in Windows. Got it? So now if you try to creating D drive, right, guys? If you try to creating D drive, right? D is a drive letter to identify the block. For example, this is one block, this is another block. This is C block. So we should have the identity to store the data, to retrieve the data, right? So we are trying to identifying the C drive to install the operating system. We are trying to identifying the D drive to store our personal data. I hope you got it. Windows having one good feature, automatically it will assign one drive letter for particular partition or particular device. If you connect the device, automatically Windows, it will assign one drive letter for the particular device. If you assign the Windows file system, if you assign the Windows file system. In-depthly, while we are discussing about disk management concept at the time, I will give the information. Why C drive? So why C drive already we know. A and B for floppy, C it's reserved for hard disk. Right, guys? So where we are installing the data, where we are storing our data in Windows, in reverse slash. In reverse slash, guys. So reverse slash is a top level directory. In reverse slash, we are trying to storing our personal data. We are trying to retrieving from our hard disk. Clear? Got it? Without drive letter, can we able to identify the hard disk? It's possible. You're connected one pen drive, man. For example, in Windows operating system, the pen drive it got detected. So you got a sound, ting ting sound you get. But if you open the My Computer, this PC, their pen drive is not available. Then how you are going to get the pen drive? What is the reason why we are unable to get the pen drive in My Computer? Sometimes it's not going to assign the drive letter. Without knowing your name, can I able to communicate? Like the same way here also. C drive, D drive is a name. That's it. To identify the hard disk block. But where we are installing the operating system? In reverse slash. Not into C drive letter, not into D drive letter. Clear? Right. Good. I hope you're clear about Windows, right? Coming to Linux, we doesn't have any drive letter concept, man, in Linux. Without drive letter, can we able to store the data? It's not possible, right? So to identify the device, we should have the drive letter. Now, just now we, I have given the example related to pen drive. If you connect the pen drive, if you doesn't have the drive letter for pen drive, you are unable to identify. We need to go to the device manager. There we need to assign the drive letter. Then only we can able to identify the pen drive from My Computer or this PC. Otherwise, we are unable to identify. We are unable to store the data. So coming to Linux, we doesn't have any drive letter concept, man. C drive, D drive, E drive, like this drive letter concepts we doesn't have in Linux. Coming to Linux, we have file system hierarchy. Hierarchy means tree structure. Generally tree having roots, right? Then we'll have stem and branches and leaves and those all stuff like the same way. Here we'll have file system hierarchy. It's a one tree structure. Right, guys? In Linux, we doesn't have any drive letter concepts. In Linux, we'll have file system hierarchy. Here in Linux, top level directory, first directory, root directory, whatever if you want to can say, that is called forward slash. In Windows, reverse slash. Coming to Linux, forward slash. I hope you got it. So coming to Linux, we'll have file system hierarchy. So in Linux, starting the first, very first directory, you can say root directory or top level directory, whatever if you want to can say. Okay. So this is a mount point for root directory, man. Mount point means drive letter. How will have the C drive? Like the same way, coming to Linux, we'll have forward slash. Forward slash, if you want, you can make a note. Forward slash is a top level directory. It's a parent directory for all other directories. If you want, you can call root directory. Got it, guys? So forward slash is a top level directory. It's a parent directory for all other directories. And it's a root directory, or you can say supreme directory also, whatever if you want, you can call. Right, guys? Under this top level directory, we'll have many directories. Simple, man. Coming to, right, Ameerpet. So usually, so you need to learn the courses in the sense, which place is the best? In Hyderabad, always, not only in Hyderabad, throughout world, Ameerpet is a famous. NIT also, I'm coming, the Devyani, okay? So got it, guys. So usually Ameerpet is a famous area for software courses, for IT courses, right? So how many institutions will have in Ameerpet, man? We'll have the n number of the institutions, right? Leading institution is NIT only. I accepted, okay? So give me some time. I'm coming, okay? So coming to Ameerpet, we'll have the different types of institutions. All the institutions, peoples, they're providing the same courses or different courses. different courses those people they're providing. Some XYZ institution they're providing .NET, some ABCD institution they're providing so Java, some different institutions they're providing. Like this, we'll have the number of the institutions in Amirpet. Simple. This top level directory is Amirpet. In Amirpet, we'll have the multiple directories. What is directory? Directory means folder. Got it, guys? In Windows, we are going to call folder. Coming to Linux, we are going to call directory. Terminology is different. That's it. I hope you got it, guys. Okay. So clear. So in Linux, we are going to call directories. Okay. So in Amirpet, different institutions will have different institutions. They're providing the different courses. Like the same way, assume this top level directory is Amirpet. In this Amirpet, we'll have different institution. Like the same way, inside the top level directory, we'll have different directories. What kind of directories will have inside the /? What kind of services those directories it's providing for us? Now we are going to discuss. That is called file system hierarchy. Simple, man. You're trying to installing one software, right? So where it got installed, you should know as an administrator, right? Then without knowing this file system hierarchy, you are unable to understand where it got installed. Coming to NIT. NIT having n number of the courses, no need to bother about other institutions. So clear? I hope you got it, guys. So coming to NIT, so Naresh IT, if you go to front office, they will provide you n number of the courses. For example, NIT is a top level directory. Inside the NIT, we'll have the different courses. Those all different directories we'll have inside the /. So I hope you got it, guys. Simple. This is one place. Inside this place, we'll have the multiple directories. So got it? It's simple, guys. If you go to one colony, in that colony, you'll have the multiple homes. So / is a one colony. Inside the /, we'll have multiple directories. What kind of directories we'll have? Now we'll discuss. So let's see, guys, here. /ROOT. /ROOT means root directory. First slash means root directory, guys. /. So inside the /, we'll have one subdirectory called root, ROOT. How many directories we'll have? 2 directories we'll have here. One is /. // is a root directory. Inside this // we'll have one more directory called ROOT. You can say it's a child directory or subdirectory, whatever if you want to can say, right? So /ROOT is a home directory for root user. It will provide the default work environment for root user. Guys, if you want, you can make a note. /ROOT is a home directory for root user. It will provide the default work environment for root user. What is the meaning of that? /ROOT is a home directory for root user. So it will provide the default work environment for root user. Got it, guys? What is default work environment and then what is home directory? How many people you know Windows? Most of the people you are using Windows laptops only, right? For example, you need to attend one interview, walk-in. So for attending the interview, what we need? We need resume, curriculum vitae. That's it, no? Right? We require resume. So how you are going to prepare your resume? How you are going to prepare your resume, man? So we need to log in into our operating system. How you are going to log in into your operating system? We need to switch on the laptop. Then after a few moments, you will get login screen. So there we should use one user account to log in into our operating system. For example, we are using, how many types of user accounts we'll have in Windows? Yes, guys. 2. What are they? Huh? Admin and guest user. Very good. Admin, guest user. Right, guys. So we'll have admin and guest user. For example, in Windows, we are trying to log in as an administrator, admin user. Okay. So we open Word document. According to our requirement, we prepared the resume, right? So how to save? Control S to save. We close the document. And after few time, like maybe after half an hour, again, you need to add, you remember, so, okay, so we need to add those skills. So actually I learned so and so code says we need to add like this. You thought like, then you try to again adding the resume. So how you are going to open the resume? And actually you didn't provide any location to save the resume, right? We didn't provide C drive, D drive, E drive like this. Just we used Control S and we close the document. So from where we need to get this document? By default, where it will store? Very good. So it will store into the documents and settings. So this is, it will store into the Word file where it will store inside the documents only, right? So inside the document, by default, all the documents, it will store into the document folder. This document folder, it belongs to admin user. Means this is a home directory for administrator. If you try to creating the any document by default, those all the documents, it will store into the document folder. Maybe if you're downloading the files from internet, it will store into the download folder. Maybe if you're trying to creating few pictures, those all the pictures, it will save into the pictures folder. Those all default work directories for administrator. I hope you got it, guys. By default, so administrator, he's trying to creating one document. Those documents, it will store into the document folder. Like the same way, coming to Linux, if you log in as a root user, coming to Linux, will have two types of user here, root and normal user. Root and normal user. For example, you're trying to log in as a root user, right? So while you're trying to log in as a root user, if you try to creating few files and directories with the help of root user, those files and directories by default, it will store inside the /root. Got it, guys? I hope you're clear. Simple. /root is a directory. Okay. It's a home directory for root user. Guys, /root is a different, root user is a different. Remember, /root is a folder. Root is a user. Root user's home directory /root. I hope you got it. Directory means folder. So if you try to log in as a root user, if you try to creating the files and directories with the help of root user, those files and directories by default, it will store inside the /root. Here we doesn't have any documents. For root user will have only one home directory. If you try to creating files and directories, everything it will store into the /root itself only. Got it? It doesn't have any separate. Everything it will store into the /root by default. You need to switch. By default home directory, I'm saying. If you try to log in as a root user, by default root user's home directory is a /root. If you try to creating files and directories, by default, those files and directories it will store into /root. Like in Windows, we'll have documents, right? Like the same way. So I hope you got it, guys. Simple. /root is a home directory for root user. It will provide the default work environment for root user. Simple, man. Assume thus you people are root user, right? You purchase few home appliances like refrigerator, television, and like this. Are you going to keep into your home or otherwise into Naresh IT? I hope you got it now. You're going to keep your home appliances into your home, right? Yes, no. Like the same way, root is a one user account. Root user is trying to creating few files and directories. Those all the files and directories by default, it will store into the root home itself only. Got it, guys? Right. Next, /home. /home is a home directory for normal user. Okay. Automatically it will create. Okay. While you are trying to creating the operating system, while you are trying to installing the operating system. Right. Home is a home directory for normal user. Home is a home directory for normal user. Guys, coming to Linux, we can able to create 60,000 normal user accounts. Local users. How many? 60,000 user accounts we can create. While we are installing the operating system, at the time, we created one normal user called student. Right? For example, assume this will have the multiple users. One directory is enough to store the data. For example, user 1, user 2, user 3, like this peoples will have. Okay. They purchase few home appliances. If they try to keeping into the same home, what will happen? It's bit difficult for them to identify their products. That's it, now. Like the same way, if you're having multiple users, right? Student user already will have, for example, Raju, one user, right? And one more user. Next, Rani only, right? Rani, right? So we'll have few user accounts, man. So one home directory is enough for them. We'll have the multiple users. Now we are discussing /home is a home directory for normal user. We'll have the different types of 60,000 user accounts we can create. For 60,000 users, one directory is enough. It's not enough, right? So then how? Let's see, guys, here. While you are trying to creating the user account, automatically inside the home, / means /, it's a top level directory. Inside the top level directory, we'll have the subdirectory. Inside the home directory, student directory, it will be created. Home student is a home directory for student user. Got it, guys? While you are trying to creating the user account, automatically inside the home directory, so one directory it will be created, student. So home student is a home directory for student user. Then for Raju's directory, home Raju. Then Rani's directory, home Rani. Simple. So home is a common directory for student user. Sorry, normal user, not only student, for anybody. So normal users. Home is a common directory for normal user. Because of that reason, we are saying /home is a home directory for normal user. It will provide the default work environment for normal users. Simple, you are all normal users, man. You are all living into one colony. That is home directory. Inside that colony, you'll have your individual homes. Simple. Got it, guys? /home is a home directory for normal user. It will provide the default work environment for normal user. I hope you're clear about / /ROOT /home. Good. Next, /BOOT. /BOOT is a boot directory. All the bootable files, it will be available inside the /BOOT. Okay. /BOOT contain bootable files. Guys, what is bootable file? Yes, guys. If normal user having root user permission, no need to bother now. Okay. First of all, what I'm trying to teaching, please focus on it. Permissions and those all stuff we'll discuss while we are discussing about sudo permission at the time. You are not into that much of knowledge at present. Please focus on it. Step by step, we are going to discuss. So let's see, guys, here. So /BOOT. Okay. So /BOOT is a boot directory. It contains all the bootable files. Got it, guys? Bootable files means. So coming to Windows, sometimes you will get one black screen if you switch on the machine. Boot.img is missing. NTLDR is missing. Press any key to continue. Like this, errors will get one black screen. Okay. So got it, guys. So we'll get few errors. What is boot.img? What is NTLDR? Sometimes we'll get boot failure, like this errors will get. You are unable to get the operating system. You'll get one black screen. Why? Exactly what it will do. Those boot.img and NTLDR. Okay. So let's see, guys, here. For example, Assume thus we are trying to traveling from Hyderabad to Bangalore, for example. Right, guys? Our source location is Hyderabad. Our destination is Bangalore. Right, guys? So then how you are going to travel from Hyderabad to Bangalore? So using few vehicles, right? It may be bus, it may be train, it may be bike, it may be car, it may be flight. We'll have multiple options to travel from Hyderabad to Bangalore, right? Without those vehicles, can we able to reach your destination? Don't say by walk. Okay. So got it, guys? So by walk, you are unable to travel from Satyam Theatre to Amirpet. Okay, I know. So got it, guys? Clear? So we need to use one vehicle. It may be bus, train, bike, car, flight, whatever it may be. Simple. Those all bootable files. While you are trying to starting the mission, how you are going to start the mission? We need to power on. Mission means computer, guys. Okay. So we need to power on the mission operating system. So mission, it is going to start. So finally, we need to reach our destination called operating system. So who's going to help to us to travel from scratch to operating system? Bootable files. Without vehicles, how we are unable to travel from one place to another place? Like the same way, if you start the mission, so finally your destination is operating system, you need to reach your operating system. How you are going to reach your operating system? With the help of bootable files. Those bootable files where it will be located inside the /boot. Without those bootable files, we are unable to reach the operating system. Got it, guys? I hope you're clear. So bootable files, it will act like as a vehicle to reach our operating system. Clear? Coming to Linux, we have few bootloaders. We have few bootloaders. Let's see, guys, here. GRUB, grub2 is the latest bootloader in latest operating systems like RHEL 7 and above. It may be 8, it may be 9. So 7, from 7 onwards, we'll have grub2. Guys, inside this boot directory means folder. Inside this boot directory, we'll have one more directory, subdirectory called grub, grub, grub2. Inside this grub2 directory, we'll have grub configuration files and kernel images. Okay, no need to bother about grub configuration file and kernel images. While we are discussing about operating system boot process, at the time we are going to discuss what is kernel, right? So what is kernel image, what is it is going to execute, grub what it will do, everything. Clear? Just remember, inside the boot directory, we'll have grub bootloader. Grub2 full form, GRAND, G-R-U-A-N-D, GRAND Unified Bootloader. G-R-A-N-D, GRAND Unified Bootloader. Right? So G-R-A-N-D, Unified Bootloader. So grub full form. Grub2 is the latest version in 7.0 onwards. 7.0 above versions having grub2. Coming to 6.0 version, little bit old version, we'll have grub. By default, grub is a bootloader in 6.0. And in older version, like before 6.0, we'll have 5.0, 4.0, 3.0 having LILO. Don't worry, what is grub2? What is the difference between grub2 and grub and LILO? Everything we'll discuss, not now, while we are discussing about operating system boot process at the time. We have one chapter called operating system boot process. At the time, we are going to discuss the differences between grub2, grub and LILO, right? Just remember 5.0, 4.0 and 3.0 and 2.0 versions having LILO, Linux loader, LILO full form, Linux loader. Grub full form, ground unified bootloader, LILO full form, Linux loader. Got it, guys? /boot contain grub2 bootloader. Clear? Next. /etc /etc contain. Guys, blindly remember etc contain configuration files. Okay. Below 2.0, it doesn't have, man. 2.0 only. Okay. All the old version having LILO only. No one they're using 2.0 nowadays. Even 5.0 also. People's, they introduced to us 7.9, 9.1. Before we discussed, right? While we are trying to downloading the image file, 9.0 is the latest. People still they're using 7.0. Okay. So let's see here. /etc contain configuration files. Okay. So etc contain configuration files. Got it, guys? Configuration files means what is configuration file? For example, you're trying to creating one user account, man. We created one user called student, right? So we need to know the student user's information, properties of student user, what kind of user it is, whether it having the login credentials or not, right? Whether it having the proper login shell or not, what kind of UID, what kind of GID. So we need to find those all the details. Guys, while you're trying to creating the user account, automatically user related information, it will store into one file that is called configuration file. Those all the configuration files by default, it will be available inside the etc. Blindly remember etc contain configuration file. And one more example. For example, you are trying to installing the web server, man. Web server in Linux, right? If you're trying to installing the web server, HTTPD is a package. HTTPD is a package to install the web services in Linux. If you're trying to installing the HTTPD package, three things it will happen. First, it will create one user account. It will create one home directory and it will create one configuration file. Those configuration files by default where it will create inside the etc. Not only for web server, for any server configuration files we are going to get from etc itself only. So what is the use of that configuration file? The name itself only, it's a configuration file. According to our requirement, we are going to configure the services using those configuration files. I hope you got it, right? So blindly remember etc contain configuration files. Next. What happened? For starting OS files, require is a known as a. So that is what I said, na Amol. Again, you are asking same question. That is what I said. While you try to starting the operating system, so they are going to help us. Those bootable files, it will help to us to reach our operating system to start the mission, to boot the mission. Usually, to boot the mission, we are going to use the bootable files. Booting means starting, man. In technical terms, we are going to call boot. In general terminology, we are going to start. We are going to call start. So bootable files means the name itself only, those all bootable files, it will be available into our bootable device. It may be hard disk, it may be pen drive, it may be DVD, it may be some different drive. Got it, guys? Everything it belongs to operating system only. Users, it will be available into our operating system itself only. Users, it's not available into separate. Everything it belongs to operating system only, na? They're all belongs to operating system only. All the directories, it belongs to root directory. How you can able to say like /home/boot belongs to users. Users, it belongs to operating system. Without operating system, from where you're going to create the users, man? Without home, so do we have the persons there? No, right? There is no use, right? Without operating system, how you're going to create the users? Without user accounts, how you're going to log in into your operating system? Everything it belongs to operating system only, okay? It's not like this operating system is a different, users are different. So users, it belongs to operating system only, na? Without user, how you can able to log in into your operating system? Huh? If you want, you can remember, but it's not a right way. Just I'm giving the like definitions also. Then read those definitions. Remember why you are thinking different way. So proper way we are discussing here, right? So next directory. Then if you're going to say like this, Imran sir, he's teaching like that means so they are going to, so blame me. So there we are not, I'm going to get the blame, right? So what I'm trying to teaching like the same way, you need to make a note. Don't think your own way. No need to bother. Okay. So let's see guys here. So next slash bin. So slash bin contain. Very good. Subham. Binary files. Bin contain normal user executable commands. How many types of user accounts will have? Two types of users will have. One is root user, another one is normal user. Normal user executable commands we can able to find from bin. Inside the bin will have normal user executable command. Inside the sbin, root user executable commands. Sbin means super user bin, right? Super user means root user. So bin contain normal user executable command, sbin contain root user executable commands. Two types of user accounts will have. So in bin will have the normal user executable commands. In sbin will have root user executable commands, right? Next. Slash USR. That is what I'm saying, right? Has been for whom? Root user only, right? Okay, guys, right. So has been contain root user executable commands means root user means admin only. Clearly, I explained here. Root means admin. Normal user means guest user, right? So USR contain. USR contain program files. Very good. USR contain user. So USR contain program files, man. USR contain program files. Program files means, for example, in Windows, if you try to installing few softwares, right? Those all the softwares where it will store inside the my computer. will have C drive. Inside the C drive, we'll have program files. Inside the program files, we can able to find out our softwares. Maybe if you're installing game, right? So game, unfortunately, you didn't get the shortcut on top of the desktop. So without shortcut, can we able to play the game? Yes, always we can. But we need to go to my computer. Inside the my computer, we'll have the C drive. Inside the C drive, we'll have the program files. Inside the program files, we'll have the game folder. Inside the game folder, we'll have game.exe. Then we need to double click and then we can able to play the game. Got it, guys? Like the same way, if you are trying to installing the applications into Linux, by default, it will store inside the USR. How will have the program files in Windows? Like the same way, coming to Linux, we'll have USR. USR contain program files. USR contain program files, right? Next, OPT. OPT is a optional for USR. OPT, it's optional for USR, guys. This is an optional directory for USR. Third-party program files. OPT contain third-party program files. Maybe if you try to installing VLC Media Player, VLC Media Player is a third-party application. It will store inside the OPT. Guys, for example, I'm saying, don't install VLC Media Players and those all stuff into Linux. Got it? You are unable to install. So Unix shareable resources, man. Okay. USR. So clear? OPT contain optional for USR. Third-party program files will have inside the OPT. Next. What is time now? Next, let's see, guys, here. Dev. Dev contain device files. Device files means? So for example, you're connected pen drive into your laptop, man. You'll have Windows operating system, for example, right? The pen drive, it got detected, but it's not reflecting into my computer. Whether it got detected or not, from where you are going to find? We'll have one option called device manager. Yesterday we discussed, right? While we are trying to searching processor codes at the time, manage, there we'll have the device manager. So in device manager, disk management option will have. If you go to disk management, there we can able to find out the devices. In device manager, we can able to find out whether pen drive is detected or not. So maybe your sound drivers it got detected or not, everything. So simply you can say dev contain device files. So dev contain device file. So dev, it's like device manager in Windows. In Windows, we'll have device manager. Like the same way in Linux, we'll have dev directory. Dev contain device files. Device files means hard disk, pen drive, DVD, keyboard, mouse, processor, those all. Clear, guys? Dev contain device files. Okay. So we'll have few more directories, guys. We'll do one thing. We'll continue tomorrow this file system hierarchy. Maybe 4 to 5 directories we'll have. So let it complete the installation. Okay. So I'm going to save this file. Don't worry. After completing the demos, I'll share this document. What I'm trying to preparing, those documents I will share you. Clear? Right. So how to install the operating system? Unix shareable resources, man. Unix shareable resources. So let's see, guys, the installation, it got completed. Click reboot. Click reboot. Guys, reboot means don't reboot entire operating system, entire laptop. Few people that are doing rebooting means they try to rebooting entire laptop. Only virtual machine we need to reboot. Okay. Welcome. Shraddha, right? So let's see, guys, here. Localization, then license information. Click license information, then accept, guys. Here, no need any keys and those all stuff. Okay. Just you need to accept the license agreement. That's it. Click done. That's it, guys. Simple localization, license information. You need to select this. Then click done and finish configuration. Got it, guys. Then KDump. KDump, kernel crashing dumping mechanism. No need to bother about KDump. Maybe sometimes while you are trying to doing improper shutdown at the time kernel, it is going to crash. Because of which reason the kernel it got crashed, will get the notification. For notification, we are providing some space. Automatic only you need to keep, no need to bother. Just click forward. Click forward. Guys, doesn't need any subscription. No subscription. Without subscription, everything we can do. It's not a problem. Okay. By default, you'll have yes, keep it no. We'll register later. Then finish it later time. Finish it. That's it, guys. So installation process, it got completed. So now our operating system, it's ready to use. So from tomorrow onwards, we are going to start the basic commands. We are going to use how to interact. We are going to use this operating system. We'll discuss tomorrow how we need to interact with this operating system, right? So now we need to log in into this operating system. You'll get RHEL 7.0 Genome 3 desktop environment. So clear, guys? So give next. Give next. What happened, man? Right? It got hang. So no issues. So I hope you're clear, guys. United States, you next. That's it. Okay. Here it got hang. So we'll see tomorrow, no issues. So now I'm going to switch off. So you need workstation 17 keys. Guys, I'm unable to share into chat box because this is demo link, right? There is no permission to share, right? So after completing the demos, I will share you. So I hope you're clear. If you're having any doubts, any questions as of now, please. So I'm going to save this. We'll continue with same document, okay? Yes, guys. You can take screenshot. Why, man? I'm going to share those all the documents. No need to bother. If you want, you can take screenshot. Your wish. Pradhan. Good. OS not found means maybe you didn't upload the image file. Because of that reason, you're getting